Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me updated makeup routine. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while, and a lot of you have been wondering like how I'm liking certain products that I got from the Sephora sale and just like an updated makeup routine. So that's what today's video is. I did my best to tell you guys what each product was and the shade I have, but if you have any other questions, feel free to comment them down below. This video is not sponsored at all. All of these opinions on all of the products are all my own. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I just took a little body shower. I was out tanning this afternoon, and you know that feeling when you're just covered in like sweat and sunscreen and like oils? I personally hate that feeling, so I just decided to take a quick body shower because I literally washed my hair last night, so it's still very fresh. And after my shower, I just put on these little under eye patches. These are not like an everyday thing, but I figured for this video I wanted to do something nice for my skin, so I put these on. These are from Florence by Mills, I believe. I really like them. They're hydrating, but they've been on for about 15 minutes, so I'm just gonna take those off. And then there is usually some leftover serum under my eyes, which I feel like you guys can kind of see, so I usually will just rub that in a little bit just to make sure it all goes into my skin. I'm gonna do my best to use my little like viewfinder on the side of my camera as my mirror, but I do have one right here, so if I look down here, that's why. Let's get into this video. I did get a decent amount of new products recently, and I've been trying them out, and I think I found what I really liked, so I'm gonna show you guys everything that I use and also like how I use them. We're gonna start off by putting my hair back because I do not want my hair getting in my face. I have these clips. I think they're from Ulta or something. They're just little like hair clips, so I have those put in, and now we can get started. Like I said, I just took a shower, so I washed my face in the shower, and now we're gonna do some moisturizer. For my skin, I use Curology for like my prescription, my cleanser, and also my moisturizer, so this is the one I have. We're gonna just start with this, and I just like to do 3 little pumps on my skin. Along with that, I'm gonna use the Say Super Glowy Gel. This is in the shade Sun Glow, so it's basically like bronzing drops. This is definitely not an everyday thing, but when I want to do like a little bit more makeup and add that little extra glow, this is what I like to use. So I put that on with my moisturizer, and then I just kind of rub that in and make sure it's blended out everywhere. Also, make sure to drag it down your neck so that it's not like mismatched, if that makes sense. I just wanted to preface that this is definitely not an everyday routine. For like everyday kind of school, my routine is much shorter. It's literally just like moisturizer, a little bit of concealer, mascara, blush, that's it. This routine is more for like when I'm going out, when I'm feeling like doing more makeup. So yeah, this is definitely not an everyday routine. Here is what the skin looks like with those on. I'm not sure if you guys can really tell a difference. And now I'm going to move on to primer. I personally use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is my favorite. It makes my makeup stick literally all night long, so we're gonna use this one. I literally just got this mini for one of my recent trips so that I could bring like a mini one and not the full one, and I've already used like a decent amount, which is pretty good for me because I tend to forget to use like primer in general. I love this one, and it doesn't make my skin break out, which I love. My skin tends to be sensitive to certain products, so everything that I'm using in this video has worked for my skin. So if your skin is like mine, I would definitely recommend everything, but do remember everyone's skin is different, so what works for my skin may not work for your guys's. After I rub that in, I kind of let that like dry for a minute just because it kind of needs a second to get its like tackiness. While that kind of sits onto my skin, I'll tell you guys a little bit of what I'm getting ready for. So it's currently around 4 p.m. and tonight me and Kyle are actually going out to dinner. In 2 days it'll be our 6th month, which is honestly kind of crazy. I don't understand how it's been 6 months, but that's on a Monday, and I have a brand event on Monday, and it's also a school night, so we decided to go out to dinner tonight. He picked a place. He's gonna be picking me up in like an hour, 2 hours or so I don't know where we're going. I'm so excited, but that's what I'm getting ready for, and I kind of figured this would be the perfect time to film this video. So yeah, it's a little bit of background on that. I will show you guys like what I end up wearing and stuff. I feel like the outfit's super cute. Now that the primer has set in, I'm going in with concealer, and I have 2 concealers. I use the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener more often. This one's definitely like a lighter coat, if that makes sense, or like I forget like the wording for it, but it's not as full coverage. Lighter coverage, that's what it is. The Rare Beauty one's lighter coverage, and then I have this one from Hourglass. This one's definitely more full coverage, creamier. On a daily basis, I use the Rare Beauty one, and I always use this one under my eyes, hence the name Under Eye Brightener. Like I said, this one's much more light coverage, so it's not as much a concealer because it's very thin, and also it has this cool little metal like cooling applicator. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it feels really nice on my eyes. I use it in the shade Light Medium. And then for the Hourglass concealer, I really only use this on the days that have things to like cover up because I don't really use it under my eyes. So I'll put like a little bit here. To blend that out, I have my beauty blender, but what I like to do is take my setting spray and just do a few little like sprays on the beauty blender. Getting your beauty blender like wet before you use it, in my opinion, makes it like work better. And so if you wet it with setting spray, it helps like set it all in. I personally use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. It's my absolute favorite. I've gone through so many bottles of these. That's my little tip for you guys. And I'll just go in with that and blend out under my eyes first. And then I just go in and do a little bit of blending where the rest of my concealer is. Also, I do use a skin tint every once in a while, but I'm not planning on using it today just because I feel like I don't really need it. But if I'm feeling like my skin's looking a little pale, or I just feel like I need a little bit more coverage, I do use this skin tint. This is the Fenty Beauty skin tint. I really like it. I have it in the shade 7. I think it works very, very well. Okay, moving on to bronzer. I recently got this during the Sephora sale. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Happy Soul. I really like it. I also really like the look of it. It looks very like cool and shiny. This just adds that little extra bronze to your skin. So I'll usually put some like right on my cheekbones, sometimes a little bit down here. I don't really know why, I just like put it there, and then up here, and then also a little bit just to shape my nose a little bit. I'm honestly not sure what type of brush you're like supposed to use or you like should use for bronzer. So I just have this foundation brush from Sephora. This is also what I use to blend in my skin tint, but it's like a thicker, more like tightly packed brush, and it just works well for me to like blend it in. Although this Rare Beauty bronzer is like butter, like it is so smooth and easy to blend, so you could honestly use anything for it. I have that all blended in and it just adds a little bit of like color to your face. And then I've recently like learned a little tip that to keep your makeup like good for a longer time, if you have like a cream or a liquid product, it's always good to top it with like the powder version of that product. So I have this little like Benefit Hoola bronzer, and so I just take like a little bit of that and just kind of like go over where I had the Rare Beauty bronzer just to kind of like set it in, if that makes sense. And then to set in my concealer, I have the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. I love this setting powder. It's my absolute favorite. As you guys can see, I've hit pan on this one. This is the second one I think I've had. I like the mini because I can put it in like my bag and stuff and use it for touch-ups anywhere. It also has like a mirror in it. I have it in the shade 2 medium, best setting powder. If you use it with like a fluffier powder brush, you could put it like all over your face, and then if you really want to get it just like under your eyes, you can use a little, I low-key just forgot what this is called, powder puff? I don't really know. I use a powder puff to kind of just apply it right under my eyes where the concealer or like under eye brightener was, just so it's like more matte and just really set in. Sometimes I'll take it and put it like where I put the concealer on other spots too. I also have used a brush for this. Moving on to blush, which is like my favorite part. I start off with this Rare Beauty liquid blush. This is in the shade Hope. I love this blush. I love this shade. It works so well. Obviously there's so much in here. I think we all know that. So I just take a little dots on each cheek, and then I take my little blush brush, which is like a more angled brush, and I just kind of spread that around my cheeks and bring it like up my face like this. I like the look of when it goes up a little bit rather than just like on my cheeks here. I also make sure to bring a little bit onto my nose, and then I blend the other side as well. I love this color. When the Rare Beauty blushes like first came out, like ever, like a year or two ago, I'm not actually sure. Originally I wanted like the shade that I think everyone had, which was Happy, but they didn't have it, so I ended up buying Hope, and it is actually my favorite shade ever. Like I am so happy I got it. And as you can see, one dot definitely gives like a good amount on my face, but just to make sure it's really like set in, I do like to take a powder blush and put a little bit on top. And the one that I have is a recent purchase. It is the Patrick Ta. I love this blush. It is so pretty. Here's what the inside looks like. It comes with a cream blush and a powder blush. I haven't used the cream one yet, but I'm excited to try it eventually. I've been using just a little bit of the powder. I got it in the shade She's That Girl, and this one works so well with the Rare Beauty Hope. I don't know if you guys can see, like they're all kind of in the same color family. Obviously the Rare Beauty one does give a good amount on your face already, so I just take like a little bit on my brush, and then I kind of like tap excess powder off, and then just a little bit and lightly add that on top of my existing blush. And as you guys can see, it just adds such a pretty layer. I don't know, I feel like it adds a little bit of like glow too, but that could just be me. I feel like my blush is one of the things that has always tended to kind of fade throughout the day or the night, so adding a little extra initially when I'm getting ready has helped that. It low-key looks like a lot right now, but I promise you it'll die down. So yeah, that is the blush. Now I'm gonna move on to like eyebrows and eyelids. Starting with my eyebrows, first I go in with the NYX eyebrow pencil, and this is like double-sided, so first I take just the like spoolie side and just brush them upwards, or like brush them into the position that I'm gonna want them in, and then I go in the other side that has actual like pencil. This is just like a brown shade, cool ash brown, and I don't really do much with it. I kind of just like put a little bit throughout my brow. Obviously if there's spots that I really feel like need to be filled, I'll like focus on that, but I don't really like draw anything out. It's just kind of to fill them in a little bit. And then I take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I love this brow gel. It really helps your brows stay all day. I just have the clear one and I just go over my brows with that. I like this one because it doesn't feel like heavy. Like it doesn't feel like there's just glue on my brows, but it still like holds them in place, which is really nice. And now I'm going to move into my lashes. First, we're gonna curl them. I just have this curler from Wet n Wild. I think I got this from Target. Just like a cheap eyelash curler, and I'm just going to curl my lashes. I kind of like to hold them up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I like to like hold it up and just like hold it there for a second, because then they end up looking like that. Like look at the difference between that and that. And so I'll just go ahead and repeat that on the other side. And then that's what they look like curled. Already look so good. And then for mascara, I use the Telescopic mascara in the dark brown shade. I feel like dark brown or like brown mascara is a game changer for everyone. I don't know, something about it. It looks just so cute. I don't know. I use this one. I don't really like the waterproof version of this just because it's so hard to like get off, but it definitely lasts. But I feel like this one also lasts a good amount of time and holds my lashes like all day. I think I did a pretty good job. There is a little bit I need to clean up, so I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and a little bit of micellar makeup remover, and I'm just gonna carefully remove that. My eyelids don't have anything on it right now, so I don't really have to worry about that. All right, and that is what the lashes look like. Super cute. We're almost done. Moving on to highlighter. The two that I've really been liking recently are the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, this highlighter, and then the Rare Beauty powder highlighter in the shade Exhilarate. Both of these are super good. This one I like to apply with my fingers like on my cheeks, and then this one I like to apply just like with a brush. I feel like this one tends to last a little bit longer, so I'm gonna use this one. I low-key just take this like fluffy brush that I have and just kind of get some on there, tap off excess, and then just very lightly brush it like along my cheekbones, or like tap it kind of. And then I like to take this little like smaller brush, get some on there, and put a little bit on the tip of my nose and then on the little bridge, and kind of blend that out with my finger. If I'm feeling fun, sometimes I'll take some and put it like under my eyebrow and a little like on my eyelid. So that is what that looks like. And then to set it all in, like I said, I use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. My absolute favorite setting spray. I love it so much. You definitely want to make sure you coat everything. I hate when my face feels like wet, so I'm just gonna like dry that off really quick. I almost forgot, for lips, before we got started, like while I had my little eye patches on, I had put on this Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in the sweet candy flavor. This is my favorite product just to like have on my lips. It is so moisturizing and like hydrating. I love it. But if I'm actually gonna like put lip product on to actually go out, I use the Tower 28 lip jelly, which is like a little lip gloss in the shade Pistachio. I love this product. I'll put some on so you guys can see. It has a cute little like more neutral pink tinted color, and it's not sticky on your lips at all, but it's still super hydrating. Looks so cute, and I feel like it definitely matches with like the blush and stuff that I have on my face. So that is the completed look. If you guys have any questions about anything that I used or anything like that, feel free to comment down below. Like I said, that is my finished look. I feel like it looks so cute. It just makes me feel so much more like confident. I feel like I am so excited. I gotta finish like doing my hair and getting ready. So that is all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell down below to be notified whenever I post. I currently do not have a posting schedule. I just kind of post whenever I have a video ready, but they're always posted at 8 a.m. PST. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!